That's a very sinister laugh there.
Oh, come on now. I've got to make it at least a bit, entertaining, because I just can't keep with the same standard laugh. But we're live. We're live on YouTube, and welcome to another edition of the FPL War. Wow. I didn't think we'd even do one, let alone two, D, but we're too deep at the moment. Welcome back. How you doing?
Hey, look, he's spitting bars. Easy. Easy. You wouldn't have been out of place last week at the verses between Locks and Dipset. With those
was
bars.
it last week? Was it that long ago?
With those bars.
It only feels like it was yesterday.
It was a murder. That was absolute murder.
Feels like it was yesterday, man. Oh, well. How you been anyway? You good?
All right. Just getting these pods in. Obviously, being a fantasy league manager, you get that last minute rush of trying to make sure everyone's joined your league when it's a head-to-head one, because otherwise you discombobulate the fixtures. So I'm just chasing people around, which is taking much more time than it should, considering I don't think there's anyone in my league under the age of 25 to gather like they're a bunch of teenagers, some of them. But
it's not that bad, is it?
Everyone screams, yeah, I want the league to be £20, and then it's even cheaper at 15 entry, and then I'm still having to chase people around. Doesn't make any sense.
Is it because of COVID, D? Is that the reason?
No, but that's why I let them set the price. Whatever that they can afford. But it is what it is. Because obviously,
maybe you need to start putting your foot down there, bruv. Putting your foot down.
Well, the league, there's 20 people in the league, and I've got 16 of them in now. Hopefully, it will be at least 17 by the time we have finished this pod, but we shall see.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's quickly talk about some transfers that have occurred in the past week.
Major FPL repercussions, major.
Yeah. I think Grealish was announced the day after I think we recorded.
No, the day just before it.
Just before. I can't remember, bro. There you go. Yeah. But Spurs have signed Romero. And the big one, which came out today, Lukaku has rejoined Chelsea. And what an entrance that was. What an announcement that was, should I say. They used Jay-Z's track. Bit of a sample there. And funny, that he's with Rock Nation, isn't he, Lukaku? So no issues with image rights, or should I say copyright. So
no issues there. Surely though, then, because this is what I was saying, that it's hard to be bang on in terms of what your strategy is before the season. You let it be known last week that your strategy is to have as many people that you reckon are definitely going to start, but you get a better image of things 5 or 6 games into the season. Lukaku surely now coming in is going to completely discombobulate your squad, surely. Because though he's very expensive, I think he's second most expensive striker after Kane. You know he's going to play. You know he's going to get goals.
But is he officially on the game now? Because he is now. I checked about an hour and a half ago and I didn't see him, so I don't know.
He's second top.
Yeah.
Striker, but I think 12.5. I think Lukaku's 12.
Let me get on this right now. Hang about. Let's have a look right
Let's
here.
have a butchers.
This is scary. This is the joy of doing things live, isn't it? Okay,
11.5 million, and he's got 3% ownership because people won't know he's on. I'm sure next time you look at that will be in double figures easily.
Why is it not on mine? Don't need to. No, I can't. Okay, let me refresh, because I haven't refreshed this in an hour. To be fair, it's been stuck on this page. Hang about.
Is Sancho at Man United on your one?
Yeah, he's there. Where is Lukaku? Hang about. Sorted by price. Here we go. 1 second. Lukaku's at 11.5. Yeah.
There you go. 3% ownership. There you go.
11.5. But has his registration gone through? Can he play at the weekend?
I have no idea. It should be. If they brought him today, I think it
should be. Yeah.
Because
We'll see. I think Thursday. See, I've changed my team again, man. I've changed it 4 or 5 times.
I've changed mine. That's why I sent it to you before.
Yeah, I might have to. I don't even know. I'm not going to reshuffle this again.
Well, you've not got much time, less than 24 hours now.
Well, this is it. This is it. But I can't be asked to be, jiggling players around just to get fucking Lukaku in. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't had the pre-season with Chelsea. I know he's a quality player and he probably doesn't need a pre-season, but still, he needs to get used to the style of play. He's going to play a lone striker role. Let's get my team up.
Havertz.
You are?
Problems. Werner and Havertz running off of Lukaku's problems.
Yeah. Right. So, can you see my screen right here?
Yeah, man. I can see it.
Right. So, I've made quite a few changes from the last time. As you can see straight away, Tsimikas is in because Robertson's got injury.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm so tempted to do that. I've gone with Trent in mind. We'll see that later on. But I'm so tempted because from Robertson to Tsimikas, because Tsimikas will play minimum the first 3 league games of the season. Because Robbo, we've got off lucky. I thought he was going to be out for a while, but it looks like he only missed maybe about 4 or 5 games with because his ligaments, but it wasn't as savage the damage as we thought it would be. Tsimikas 4 million. That's a real steal, and I'm surprised he's only 4 million because Reece Williams, our young centre half, is 4.5. So I'm so tempted to put Tsimikas in because that will allow me to completely replenish the rest of my team. So
well, Tsimikas didn't play any games last season, did he? Did he play any league games?
He didn't start any league games. No, he played in all the other competitions. He played in Champions League and League Cup and whatnot. But no league games because he had COVID and he picked up an injury when Robbo was struggling with his ankle. So otherwise he would have definitely come in. So Robbo was overplayed last season.
I mean, if you look at his points for last season, man, look at that. I mean, Christ. If you need the sign as to how popular he is with Jurgen Klopp, that's it. But then again, it just goes to show how good Robertson is. So I figured, you know what, I wouldn't say I scrapped my strategy because I've decided to keep playing players who I know will be starters. But I thought, hang about, you don't get any points for players that are on the bench unless you use bench boost, right?
Yeah. And you can only use bench boost once. So.
Exactly. So what's the point in spunking 6, 7, 8 million pound on players? Because I know people are going to do this. They're going to get players like Cavani and not put them in the starting lineup and stick them on the bench like I almost did last week. So if you look at my bench now, every player is 4.5 M's.
But the thing is also as well with having a strong bench is the fact that if, just say last minute, because remember FPL used to be, the deadline used to be hour before the games, but because you get all these people leaking the teams beforehand, they've made it an hour and a half. So just say there's randomly a late injury, someone doesn't pass a fitness test, someone pulls up in training, you're going to need someone to come off your bench that is going to play. So then therefore, if you don't, then that means you're not going to get any points and you're playing with 10 men. So
but look at my bench. But look at my bench. How many of those players would start on my bench? That would start for their teams.
I can't even see your team again, mate. It's gone off.
Really? You got Obafemi, the Southampton striker, who is more
who
often
might be leaving. Oh no, I'm sorry. I've got it back up again now. Yeah. It's gone right. Yeah,
and I've got White and Cody.
Obafemi White. Oh, you've taken White off the bench. You're not being ballsy anymore, doubling up on Arsenal.
No. White is on the bench, as is Cody. So if I do get any injuries, those 2 players are guaranteed to play practically. Yeah, unless Ben White has a stinker of a debut. I can't see.
So yeah, you're right.
So I'm right in that respect. But if you look at so you got my 3 at the back. There's no real change apart from Tsimikas. Kufal's still there. Target's still there. But if you look in the middle of the park, my friend, look, I've got in right in the middle.
I didn't think that you were saying that you weren't going to get him in, but I see you've restructured your team.
Yeah, and do you know why I've got him in? Because if you look at his points tally last season, you can't go into this campaign thinking that he's not going to replicate it or do better, given the signings United have made from an attacking perspective. When you've got Jadon Sancho there, I'm pretty sure Martial's going to play more games this season because of Rashford's injury. Cavani's probably going to play more. Greenwood has had a long break, so he'll be fresh. You look at the points that he got last season, man. I mean, for 12 million quid, you know, I'm happy to take out Cavani and just juggle things around and make sure that Fernandes gets in the team.
That's what I was saying last week. I was surprised that you never had him in your team originally. Because obviously, even when he plays badly, you can still get a goal contribution.
Steve has just messaged me saying, Obafemi's gone to Blackburn.
That's what I was just saying. Obafemi is likely to move. That's what I was just saying. Obafemi's likely to move. And yeah,
oh my goodness.
It's happened already.
There you go. Hang about. I'm looking online now. Southampton forward Obafemi rejects Blackburn. Blackburn boss gives latest on Obafemi pursuits. So I'm still in limbo as to what I'm going to do with this kid. So actually, fuck it. While we're doing this live, let's have a look at what my options are. So if I take him out, for example, which
how much? Are you back to the 4.5 still? Yeah, there's decent. There's a couple decent options around for 4.5 mil. I just had wait, let me get mine back up.
It's got to be forwards. There's only one. No, what am I talking about? It's more than one. What am I looking at here, for fuck's sake? I want strikers.
The forwards, mate. Look, in 4.5 million forwards. Actually, no. I thought I've just looked at the lowest ones that I put down as possibilities are 5 million cheapest. So yeah, you're shagged.
Well, this is it. This is it. I mean, if I look at £5 million, there still ain't that many. I mean, probably Success might be one that I'd be tempted to put in.
Ida at Norwich could be additional option 5. Emmanuel Dennis at Watford.
Yeah.
Champions League experience 5 million. Probably.
So then what? So then what? Because I need to free up £500,000 somewhere. And Sancho's gone up to 9.5. He was 9 million when he first joined.
Bloody hell, I didn't think they did price increases. Before balls.
He's 9.5. It was 9 million before.
What percentage is his ownership now? Because I don't check these things because I don't give a damn about no Man United players when it comes to FPL.
Doesn't say, does it? Doesn't say. I'll have to look at it. Fucking.
Yeah, well, click. Oh no! Oh yeah, you've not got him. Yeah, not got him.
I'm looking at the wrong one, aren't I? Someone needs to be watching this and telling me what I have to do, man. Where is it? Total points, round points. Doesn't even say team selected by percentage. Must be that one.
I'll check. Yeah, TS.
11.1%. 11.1%.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be higher than that, but there's still time.
Which ain't bad. So what do I do now? What do I do? Select replacement. Do I wait and see if Obafemi leaves? I mean, that's...
It was more than likely because obviously I only found out yesterday evening because I hadn't checked. Southampton got Armstrong from Blackburn. So they would have probably have been trying to negotiate this for a while. So it's
Stipe Perica or Perizza. Let's have a look at him. Hang about. Stipe.
I must say there is not much value for money in regards to the
forwards. He's a 26-year-old Croatian. He played for Udinese. Wow, what a surprise.
Yeah, Watford and...
could have never guessed it.
Watford and Udinese have always had a relationship. I remember they loaned a bag of players there a few years ago.
Yeah, because it's the same owners. The Pozzos, and they own Cesca Sofia as well. Which other team was it in Spain? I forget which team it was in Spain. So it's either that or Keenan Davis.
Is he even still going to be at the club? Well, he's injured, isn't he? But even when he's fit, I think that he'll probably him or Wesley will definitely
Well, apparently they want to sell Wesley. So
yeah. Oh, okay, makes it. Yeah, okay. So
I know.
Davis will get a blind then.
Do you know what? I'm putting him. I don't give a shit. I don't care. That's wait, how many Villa players have I got though? Ings, Davis, and Target. No, I'm all right.
On Target, yeah.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Here we go. Confirmed
Well,
transfers.
seeing as he's injured, you might as well have left him there for the minute, Obafemi.
Yeah.
Because Davis is injured, so he's not going to.
Yeah, there's 25% of him starting, whereas with Obafemi, there's like a 75% of him chance of him leaving. So, I don't know. But that's my team. I've gone Phillips to start because obviously he'll start every game for Leeds. I can't see him not starting. And there you go.
He's got a knock though, but keep tabs on Ben because Ben is always quick with the latest. Yeah.
Well, let's go. Let's go to Mr. Dinnery because Dinnery's always very reliable. I'm
oh my god, your Twitter is you haven't got a dark mode. Come on, Stel.
Why would I want dark mode?
Can you change it to dark mode, please? It's hurt, that white is hurting my eyes.
Really?
No, I'm playing, man.
How do I change it? Change it just for you.
I'm playing, man.
Stop winding me up. Right. So is there anything here from Mr. Dinnery 8 hours ago? Can I find anything with Leeds?
He's definitely said something on it. He's definitely said something on him in the last 24 hours.
Oh, I can't be trawling through his timeline for that long. Come on now.
Yeah, just go to the search for at Ben Dinnery and book Phillips. That's the.
But I'm there.
Tweet. And they go to the latest tweet. No, in the search. Ben Dinnery.
I'll stop moving this out of the way.
Because he's definitely said something about him.
He called him the Spanish, the Yorkshire Pirlo, did he? Nothing
no,
there.
But Ben Dinnery all as one, yes. or yeah, because that's his age.
What error? He also will make a late call on Phillips. Wow. 8 hours ago.
See, I'm saving you there. I'm saving you.
Yeah, but still, what can I do? I'm going to have to put fucking Connor Cody in. Or White. Oh, fuck it. Do you know what?
No, but hey, stop being so trigger happy because he might just start. Remember, the deadline's not until 6:30 tomorrow, right? Yeah?
I know, man. I know. See, now you're playing with my emotions. You're playing my emotions.
This is the life you chose, yeah? This is the FPL life that you chose.
Fuck's sake.
This is the stress every game week. At least now that the game weeks won't be in such a close proximity.
You know what? Calvin Phillips, I'm going to keep him in. I trust that he's got the fitness and the stamina.
If he doesn't play, then it will be one of them lot off the bench to come in. It will be White or Cody to come in. So whichever one you prefer out of them two to start, get them in order on your bench.
Yeah, true that. So I'm settled with Ings and Antonio up front. I think Ings had a pretty decent pre-season for Villa, and Antonio will be definitely starting for West Ham. So that's my team. That's my team.
And Watkins has got a knock anyway, so he's not even 100% to be fit for the first game. So Ings will play.
Okay. Excellent. All right then, Mr. Smarty Pants. Let's get your one up on screen.
Man says, Smarty Pants, I'm helping you, brother. I'm helping you.
Here's your team. You've made a few changes, haven't you?
I've made numerous changes.
Go on.
And even there might even be more changes. Because it's a bit mad.
Go on. Start from the top, mate. Start from the top.
Have you put it up? I've sent it to you before.
It's on the screen now.
So I can't see Jack. I still can see your team, your Twitter feed on there.
Oh, for crying out loud. 1 second. What about now?
There you go. I can see it now, mate.
All right.
But still Martinez in goal. Even though I could go either or with Robert Sanchez. That injury that Robertson suffered on Sunday has meant that I've got Trent in there because I had $500,000 in the bank anyway. Kufau's still there, and I've actually changed. I had Ruben Diaz in this time last week. I've actually changed him to Cancelo. The reason I had Diaz is because of the fact that Diaz will out Man City's defenders. as long as he avoids injury, he's going to play the most amount of games. But Cancelo, Walker, I'm sure, has a knock, so I'm expecting Cancelo to start against Tottenham, and he takes some free kicks, and he's a goal and assist threat from fullback, because Man City's fullbacks basically play as wing backs. So I've made that switch there because they're both 6 million. Salah's still captain.
Let me stop you 2 seconds because I've just checked the chat and there's quite a few messages here. Okay, so
get him up.
Fazli says, don't pick Sancho. He probably won't start the first game. Go for Greenwood. Okay. Ashley says the values won't change before the game starts. Sancho was always 9.5. I thought he was 9 for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Leon Bailey will be good signing for Villa, says Stefano. He also says he's a player for long balls. Stipe Perica or Perizza, whatever we want to call him. He's a player for long balls. I don't know. I don't know. And Ashley says, personally, I wouldn't go for Phillips. Get 500,000 from somewhere for Dallas, or gain 500,000 and drop to 4.5 as Phillips is the league system sits. He's just going to get you 2 points a week and bookings on the regular. I don't like people putting these things into my head. I'm easily influenced when it comes to stuff like this. So thank you, Ashley. I appreciate your input, honestly. Yeah, but you're giving me more to think about now, for fuck's sake. Well, sorry, you were saying. I interrupted you. Sorry. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat as well, just to see if anyone's got anything to say about your phenomenal team.
If you had more, or this team might change. If you had more, you'd be pulling your hair out right now.
I've got pubic hair, but I'm not going to go down there.
Oh goodness me! Wowzers.
Yeah, I wouldn't be pulling that out. That's masochism. That's sex masochism.
But believe this might change before. If there's any late fitness news or updates, this may change. But yeah, Salah, Jota, Son were all there last week, and Rafinha. But you partially influenced this. I had Veltman in because I'd fought the bat last week. I've slipped Souček in. I might change my mind again, but Souček's there at the moment because if he was
what's that got to do with me?
Newcastle, huh?
What's that got to do with me?
You last week. Do you even listen to what you say?
I had Souček in last week.
You asked me why Souček was on my bench last week.
Right. Okay.
I had 4-4-2, and someone else was asking about 4-4-2 as well. Why I had 4-4-2. Souček's at the moment, but that might change again because I'm sure Veltman will start against Brighton. So not Brighton, against Burnley, and I think that he can do something against Burnley as well. But I don't know, that's it. Bamford, obviously, as I said, Bamford and Tony, I think they will both score regardless of whether their team, or I think they'll both have a goal contribution regardless of whether their teams win or not. But I'm fully in the
Bamford.
The reason why I want to start with him this season is because last season I didn't. He was racking up all these points, and then when I put him in, I had him in my team for about 6-7 games, and he scored twice.
Well, how many points did he get last year? Bamford.
He got a ridiculous amount of points. Ridiculous. He got 17 goals, 7 assists, and he got those fantasy assists as well when the keeper saved his shot or he hit the bar, whatever, and someone put a rebound in. So he was one of the highest point scorers last season.
He got, let's have a look, 194 points last season.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad at all.
And he started every game. He started every game as well.
Fucking hell. Did he get, anyway, I think he got less than Kane. I think only Kane got more than him last season. Mm-hmm. For strikers or forwards,
yeah,
I say.
Strikers,
so, yeah. So here we go. More ideas, more suggestions. Fucking hell.
So my bench has stayed the same. Sanchez, who, as I said, in the opening part of the season, will play more games than Martinez because I think Brighton have got more fixtures where I think they can keep clean sheets.
Well, Ashley's message saying no Bruno, that's brave, but as you said before, you don't pick United players because you don't want to cheer them on.
I don't pick Man U players, Ash. I don't pick Man U players. I don't pick your team, Arsenal or Chelsea either. It used to be a lot more than that, but then I had to slip some. I used to only pick Aguero from Man City, but then because he got so injury prone, I had to switch it up because it was damaging in the head-to-head league. Even still, this way, it's still damaging. But I got about 2,300 points last season. I don't know anyone that got that many points that never had Bruno Fernandes in their team. So I find a way. Every year I find a way.
You know, it's such a shame that D-Man hasn't been able to jump on the pod tonight because I'm interested to see his team and how he approaches games.
I'm not sure he's fully done it yet because he's
No?
one of the last people that hasn't entered the head-to-head league yet. So I don't believe he's.
Oh, right. So he's playing with your emotions. He's getting you thinking that he's not going to join in.
No, he always does it late. He always does it late anyway, but never this late. But he's ill, otherwise he'd be here right now.
Man, damn, late for their own funeral. Yeah, okay. Fucking hell. That bench of yours, man. That bench of yours don't look too bad, to be fair, because Deeney's going to get a few games here and there. Mitchell will come in from time to time. And the keeper.
Deeney's still club captain, isn't he? So it all depends on his fitness.
Deeney's club captain, a substitute. He's club captain. That's how much fucking power he's got around the club.
Sanchez, goal. Yeah, that's true, actually. He was on the bench for some random games last season. Mitchell, as I said, Tariq Mitchell, it's only because they played Chelsea, otherwise Mitchell will be in my starting lineup because I think he's got a lot to offer. And no Van Aanholt, so he is the number one left back now at Palace.
So, really and truly, how long before you adjust your team to put Lukaku in?
I don't pick Chelsea players.
Oh, shut up. Come on. You're not gonna
I don't pick Chelsea players.
You don't pick Chelsea players, you don't pick Arsenal, you don't pick United, but you pick Spurs.
Yeah. I don't hate Spurs as much. What have they done?
Yeah, but Spurs have got okay, fair enough. Spurs are more of a threat to Liverpool than Arsenal. I'm just saying.
You could say that, but even Son might come out of my team. Remember, I said that I might pull the trigger on taking Son out to put Bundia in, and then I don't need it. It's stress, man. That's why I've got a backup team. That's why I've got a backup team as well. That I just take my frustrations on and pick other people in.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it's more than likely now he's going Newcastle. It's more than likely I'll get Joe Willock into my team at some point.
Okay, fair enough. Well, look,
there's so many options.
There's a strong rumor that what's his name? The fella from Bernardo Silva. He could be going to Arsenal. Now, I don't know how true that is.
He's rejected Arsenal.
He's rejected them.
He wants to go to a team that's in the Champions League. He's one of the four.
Is that what he said? Is that a quote from him, or is that
apparently so? Yeah.
Because he's 7 million now. If he leaves City to join another Premier League club, he'd be well worth a punt, surely.
Yeah, he's this is the thing, because of Pep Roulette, you never know what starting 11 is going to play. But when Bernardo Silva plays, he makes things happen. He accumulates points. You know? Okay. But as we said last week, Ferran Torres should start the season with the fact of players coming back late from the Euros and the Copa. And he got a decent amount of goals last season anyway, including that hat-trick against Newcastle. So Ferran Torres, there's so many that City have got so many good options. It's just about catching them at the right time when they're going to start. Because sometimes you don't know.
Bruv, do you know what? I'm looking at the £4.5 million midfielders, right? Let me bring that up on the screen, right? Because you're going to laugh at this one. And they're very smart. They know exactly what they're doing, right? Look at this, right?
I've got my what's it?
So if I want to take out Phillips, and bring in a £4.5 million midfielder, right? To bump my value, to bump my cash up to 5 million if I take out Davis. To buy a £5 million striker. Look at the £4.5 million options. Bissouma, Brownhill, Douglas Luiz, Romeu, El Neni, Alam, MacArthur, Sissoko, Mendy, Longstaff, Matic. Cool. These players have just got yellow cards written all over them.
Yeah, because also as well, the reason that price as well is because they a lot of those players will start nearly all the games if fit. They don't accumulate. Like they're holding midfielders or box-to-box guys that don't score or don't shoot, even though they're driving from box to box. That's why Mulder at Brighton could be a decent option at 4.5 million. But
you reckon?
Douglas Lewis is going to play. Bissouma, as long as he stays at Brighton's going to play because a lot of teams have been linked to him. So that the bargains are not bargaining.
Exactly.
Previous years.
Exactly.
Some of those guys that were really cheap have performed quite well and have been moved into the 5 million bracket. So that's the problem you have now.
Well, Calvin Phillips got 67 points last season. Bissouma got 77. But what I will say,
both of them like to get booked. That's the problem.
Yeah, true. But I get the feeling that Phillips might be playing a bit more advanced this season. I don't know what tells me this. Maybe because I'm kind of hoping more than anything. But I think he might be playing a bit more advanced this season. There's talk about. I mean, they mentioned Dallas in the chat, which again, Dallas was fantastic last year because he was a defender on the thing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
On the game. So he's getting goals in front. Yeah. So they've changed that around. So I don't know, man. Like I said, looking at these £4.5 million players, I can't think of anyone that you can say will come in there and will score big points and surprise people. No. One of the long staffs might.
I did think about that, Matty or Sean, but it's a tricky one.
Douglas Luiz, no chance. Luiz gets a fucking booking every game, doesn't he?
Booking all the time, yeah. But he does get the odd goal and assist goal. Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, that was with Grealish in the team. But then again, Villa a completely different squad right now, so they might be even more potent. But yeah, I'm gonna have another think about this because I really don't want to drop any of these four midfielders here, that Mount, Salah, Fernandes, and Sancho. I don't want to take any of them out. I really don't.
Mount again is another one. Because obviously how deep he played in the Euros, as they're playing Palace first game, he might not start. But in saying that, because they went to extra time yesterday, he's going to have to rotate again because a lot of players made a lot of minutes yesterday.
Yeah, true.
And Mount was only a sub, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's tricky. First game of the season could be so cruel. It could be very lucrative also. It could be
there you go.
You don't know. But then
there you go.
Bar Pep, if you take Pep out of the equation, you can start to guess managers, you can start to guess their formations and their formulas. For instance, last season Leeds were easy because the only real change they made was that Stewart came in at the back and he took Helder Costa out and then Rafinha started regularly. Bar that, it was literally the same Leeds team, bar injury, every single game. Oh yeah, Klitsch lost his place as well, actually. But the likes of Klitsch, Koch, a lot of Leeds players are decent to take a gamble on because they're quite well priced as well. Obviously, Rafinha did so well last season, so his price has shot up. But there's numerous options, but you just have to get into the thick of it and then hope to get lucky with the situation because some people, this game now seems to be being dictated FPL by people who study stats a lot. But the thing is that if you have a player that's through a goal and the keeper saves it or they blast it over, then there's nothing that you can do. But some people just they just seem to find a way to accumulate those points, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I've had this conversation with you, and I'm glad people have been contributing in the chat. Ash has been brilliant. Says Gilmore could be a shout, and that's a good idea because he's a very creative midfielder.
I said that last week, Ash, because in terms of the bonus point system, I would assume he's going to start a lot of games, though he's young. So considering the bonus point system, you do get bonus points for things like chances created and whatnot. Because I had Pedro Neto from Wolves last season, and as well as the goals and assists, he created a lot of chances, and that always helps in regards to the bonus point system. But something I've been told about the bonus point system, and at first I didn't believe it, but then I've seen some dodgy things happen and some last minute changes to the bonus points. There's a thing where at the end of the game you vote for the Budweiser King of the Match. And it looks as though the voting on that has a hindrance on the bonus points, which is absolutely ridiculous because the bonus points should just be based on Octastats, but it looks like the King of the Match influences it as well.
Yeah.
But why that's stupid is because obviously you're going to vote for someone you've got in your team, regardless of whether they had a great game or not, to increase their percentage. So we'll see. That because there are some games Bruno Fernandes did what, and I'm seeing him get maximum bonus points. We're like, what? How? That's what it is.
Well, how long until the deadline?
It's at 6:30 tomorrow.
Tomorrow evening, yeah?
Because Brentford and Arsenal kick off at 8 o'clock.
Rodri has said, "Who presents me my trophy when I win, Stel? You ain't winning, mate." You ain't winning.
Rodri's got tougher talk than D, man.
Wait, listen. I think I should remind him of the fantasy football auction that we did for Euro 2020+1, where he spent how much on Mbappe was it, Rod? 175 million.
And he didn't score.
Yeah. And he got him nul point. Like the Brits in Eurovision. But, Anyway, that's it. I'm done saying what I need to say. You got anything else to say?
In terms of defenders, before we wrap it up, obviously we said Tsimikas because Robertson's injured. Amate might start the season at Leicester, because of the injury to Fofana. They're bringing in Vestergaard from Southampton, so we'll see whether or not Vestergaard goes immediately and he waits a couple of games to put him in. Amate's only 4 million and a threat on set pieces. Fabian Schär might take some set pieces, might even get on penalties if Wilson's not on the pitch for Newcastle. Though Schär likes a booking, he's only 4.5. Webster at Brighton's only 4.5. Taylor at Burnley. Alien, I think the best 4.5 options you've had. Max Aarons, because he's going to start all Norwich's games, though they're going to get clapped by Liverpool on Saturday, so you don't want to get the mind that's there for him. I hope anyway. But Luke Alien, I think, is the best option of 4.5 million, because whether he plays right back or centre half, he's going to play all Leeds' games. So that's value for me there. If you
Excellent.
Squeeze in some budget defenders, but yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. That's happy as Larry. Happy as a pig in shit. Wonderful. So this time next week, you and I will be on this, and I'll be like, I made another 4 changes to my lineup, to my squad.
Be careful, mate. You'll get deducted points for that, mate. You only get 1 free transfer per week.
But this is it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this literally now.
And
when we get off.
Think of the head-to-head as well. That will lose your points in your head-to-head matchup. Whoever you've got.
Well, this is it. Which is why I'm gonna do these changes like now, so I don't forget to do them tomorrow. See, I'm not stupid. But then again, something shit's gonna happen tomorrow. I know it's gonna happen. So
Friday the 13th, bro. Don't let it catch you.
I don't know. It's a myth. That's mythical stuff. I'm not having that. It's all mythical stuff. Anyway, go on. You got any shit to plug before we wrap it up?
Yeah, just normal. Obviously, you can see it anyway. At Double D, DUBULDEE on all social platforms, and I am of course part of the D&D Football Factory. That's at DD Footy Factory _ on all socials, and we go live on a Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on Top FM 95.5. But probably best to listen on the Tune In radio app, Tune In or Smart Radio.
Yeah, I use that one.
Yeah.
I use that one because you're south of the river and I get nosebleed. I'm not going to down there.
And back from Monday, when all the games are wrapped up, I will be back with the Fantasy Football Files on
excellent
blog page. That's danzigzags.co.uk. I'll be back from Monday with my little weekly fantasy football review of my head-to-head matchup and bargains I look at and managers' patterns or whatever. Just a little short 5-minute read.
Lovely. Splendid. Well, that's it. I mean, you're watching on YouTube, so I guess you can hit that subscribe button, please. Not that we upload a lot of content these days, but yeah, it helps. Every little helps. So that's it. If you're not following us on Twitter, why aren't you? It's at Shoot the Defense. Yeah. And that's it. So yeah, till then, be safe.
And where can they listen to all the pods? Look how many pods you've done recently. You've interviewed Thomas Berthold. You're not going to promote that before we leave?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to be a bit modest here, man. I'm trying to be a bit modest. Okay, so for those of you that are watching that don't know, Shoot the Defense, we started off as a podcast, but we're now a media network. And by that, I mean, we have a platform where we have numerous podcasts on. So we have obviously FPL War, which is what you guys are watching. We've got Night Vision with Leon Knight. We've got D&D Footy Factory. So when D gets the MP3, sends it over to me, I'll upload it. We've got the Gate 7 International podcast, which is the Olympiacos, the Greek side. They're not happy at the moment because they got knocked out of the Champions League. Anyway, there's the No Choftes podcast, which is the team that I support in Cyprus, Omonia. We do a podcast on them. Thank you. We have the Estonian football podcast. We now have Low Limit Football with Joe Cello and Roberto Rojas. Mm-hmm. We have From the Shed End podcast now with T-Dot, the Chelsea podcast. But we also have Shoot the Takedown, which is an MMA podcast. And the lads have had some fantastic UFC fighters on.
You still got the Ukrainian one.
Still got Ukra foot as well with Adam. Yeah, so Adam does the Ukra foot. And we're gonna have some more. We've got more coming. I've been talking to others, and I've got another 3 in the pipeline.
Late fitness test.
Late fitness test. We haven't done that for a while, so that's kind of like on ice at the moment. But there was that with Ben Dinnery. We also had the 108 Harley Street podcast, which that's been put on ice as well. But we've got loads. I think I said there's 3 more in the pipeline. So the more content we just keep putting out. And as you're probably aware, this week, I told you in the group chat, we were 2nd in Japan. 2nd in the iTunes charts in Japan. What the fuck is going on?
Come on.
Yeah. 1st in Cyprus, 3rd in the Ukraine, 11th in Poland, 10th in Nigeria. I think we're 14th in Russia. We've got a listener base all over the world. There's no clickbait here. There's no effing and blinding. Okay, well, I swear quite a bit, but it's not like a certain TV show on YouTube. We do things organically. We have fun with it. And that's it. You asked me to plug in. I've just been waffling on for God knows how long. So there you go.
This is your platform.
So that's it. That's it. We shall resume this next week. Hopefully it'll be Wednesday, because unfortunately I'm busy next Thursday. Can't make it, but we will have a special guest in mind. And that's it, mate. So thank you for joining me, and everyone else watching, thank you very much.
We out.